7 years since their daughter was raped and murdered, Nirbhaya's parents continue to fight for justice. The Patiala House court will hear Nirbhaya's parents' plea at 2 p.m. today, seeking immediate hanging of all the 4 convicts in the rape and murder case. In all possibility, the Patiala House court could issue a death warrant for all the 4 convicts. No hearing or plea is pending in any court now, which clears the way for Patiala House Court to issue a death warrant. In the last 1 month, at least 3 petitions in the Supreme Court, High Court and the Patiala House Court were dismissed. One of the 4 convicts also approached the court seeking reprieve by stating that he was juvenile at the time of the crime. The petition was dismissed by the Delhi High Court. So far, all legal options have been explored by the convicts. The only option left for them is to file a mercy petition in case the court issues a death warrant.
देखिए, आज का दिन हमारे लिए बहुत अहम है, क्योंकि आज के डेट में उनके पास कोई रेमेडी या कोई उनकी अपील पेंडिंग नहीं है। तो हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि जो हमारा 7 साल का संघर्ष रहा है, आज उनका पटियाला कोर्ट हाउस में उनका डेथ वारंट कोर्ट जारी करेगी और उनको अब जल्द से जल्द फांसी होगी और हमें इंसाफ मिलेगा। जिस तरह से हमने 7 साल इंतजार किया है, हमने संघर्ष किया है, उसी तरह पूरे देश कहीं ना कहीं आज इस फैसले के आस में है, तो पूरे देश को इंसाफ मिलेगा।
Anisha now joins us live. Anisha, it's been 7 years that the parents have been waiting for justice, one date after another date, running pillar to post from one court to another court. But it's 7 years and there is still no justice for Nirbhaya as yet. All eyes are going to be today on the courts to see whether or not the rapists of Nirbhaya will hang finally.
Well, yes, remember just last month when this matter had come up before the Patiala House Court, the judge had very specifically raised the question to the convict's lawyer, asking, is it that you haven't yet availed of the is available to you? Are you filing a curative petition?
Establish that connection with Anisha, please. There is some issue with her audio and her video at the moment. Let's re-establish that connection. Besides protecting our country from Pakistan's nefarious designs, our forces battle nature's fury in the peak of winter. After fresh snowfall in hilly areas of Kashmir Valley, the administration has issued an avalanche alert. 10 soldiers have already lost their lives in the last 2 months due to avalanches. The army has prepared its personnel to deal with such situations. Jawans have been extensively trained on the rescue protocol to be followed if anyone is trapped due to the avalanche. India Today's Ashraf Wani visited an army post along the line of control to get you this ground report on how our forces are battling the forces of nature.
Presently, we are standing at an altitude of 11,000 feet above sea level, and the avalanche threat is always there. What we do, depending upon the various weather forecasts and the avalanche warnings, we restrict our movement during these seasons. However, we keep our avalanche rescue teams deployed at various places and they keep rehearsing the avalanche rescue drills. The drill which you saw just now, we practiced the drill just to take out the casualty from the avalanche, and when required, this team can be launched at the short notice and they are able to rescue that particular casualty from that area.
So she is our avalanche rescue dog Salma. She's a female Labrador. She is trained to find the victims in the entire run-out zone of the avalanche. Whenever a victim is trapped in an avalanche, it's a vast area. So she's been trained to tell us exactly where the victim is, and we have also verified that on ground, that even if a victim is 6 to 8 feet below the snow, she is able to tell us the exact location so that we can retrieve the victim as soon as possible from that particular zone.
दिक्कत तो फौज तो हमारे साथ बहुत मदद करती है सर। जैसे ये देखो, ये बर्फानी एरिया हमारा है ना, बर्फ पड़ती है इधर, हमारे कोई साधन का मसला है, गाड़ियाँ आती हैं हमारी फंस जाती हैं, हमारे साथ फौज बहुत मदद करती है, हेल्प करती है ना। गाड़ी फंस जाती है, जहाँ बंदों को निकाल के यहाँ लाते हैं, गर्मी भी कराते हैं, खाना भी देते हैं, और क्या हमारे साथ तो बहुत अच्छा सलूक करती है फौज। यहाँ
फौज इसके साथ हमारे साथ बहुत मदद करती है सर। अगर ये साधना बंद हो जाती है तो इसकी तो फिर कोशिश करते हैं खोलने का, अगर नहीं खुली तो फिर भी हमारे साथ मदद की जाती है। ये लोग हमारे को मतलब साधना क्रॉस कराने के लिए चाय वगैरह पानी वगैरह तो मदद करने तैनात रहते हैं हमेशा हमारे साथ सर।
Snow avalanches are the major threat for the troops on the line of control with enemy, because already many soldiers had given their life in different snow avalanches which had hit in winters on the line of control. These avalanche rescue teams are all across deployed in different sectors of line of control, particularly in the areas which are avalanche prone, not only saving the lives of their own soldiers and officers, but even are lifesavers for the local population here. With Rauf Ahmed, Ashrafani for India Today at LOC in Tangdar.
And mourners gathered in thousands to bid a final farewell to Iran's top military general Soleimani. The Iranian general's coffin was swamped by mourners after arriving in the hometown of Kerman. The coffin was given a military band salute before being carried away from the plane and into a crowd of mourners paying their respect to Soleimani, who was killed in US airstrike on Friday. Iran President Hassan Rouhani also broke down as he paid respect to the Iranian general in Tehran. The Iranian president also warned US President Trump to never threaten Iran after Trump had issued a strike list of 52 targets. Meanwhile, Pentagon has deployed additional troops to the Middle East. Nearly 3,000 additional troops have been sent to Middle East as precaution amidst rising threat due to American forces in that region. And the UN has urged for restraint even as leaders from other countries have spoken out seeking an end to the Middle East tension.
Geopolitical tensions are at their highest level this century, and this turbulence is escalating. Even nuclear non-proliferation can no longer be taken for granted. This cauldron of tensions is leading more and more countries to take unpredicted decisions with unpredictable consequences and the profound risk of miscalculation.
On the diplomatic front, our overwhelming message that the Prime Minister and I conveying to our counterparts, our European, our American counterparts, and also critically our partners in the Middle East, is the importance of de-escalating the tensions and finding a diplomatic way through this crisis.
We urge the United States not to abuse any further use of force, and we also call on all relevant parties to exercise maximum restraint and talking to each other and trying to find solutions through dialogues.
After killing of Iran's second most powerful man and chief of Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, Major General Qasem Soleimani, the clouds of war are now looming large in West Asia. Both the sides are trading threats and counter-threats, thus raising the war hysteria. India and several other countries have called for restraint. Here's a detailed report by Geeta Mohan.
Millions packed the streets of Tehran to mourn the death of Qasem Soleimani. The second most powerful man in Iran, who was killed in a US airstrike near the Baghdad airport. Amid the wailing and the weeping, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, vowed severe revenge for the death of his general.
This temporary joy of the Americans and the Zionists will not last long before it turns to grief. The Islamic Revolution Guards Corpses, the percipient people of Iran, and the front of resistance throughout the geographical latitude of the Islamic world will take revenge of this proud martyr.
US President Donald Trump showed no remorse. Instead, he vowed more retaliation in case Iran targeted any American citizen. President Trump has threatened to strike 52 Iranian sites should Iran strike any Americans or American assets. Soleimani was critical of Iran's West Asia policy and drove the Iraq-Syria action against US forces.
We will reduce risk. I think General Milley said, is there still risk of attack? Of course there is. There's a tremendous risk. Right. And we're doing everything we can to make sure that we take that down and protect American lives. That's the mission set. When the president laid out his national security strategy 3 years ago, this is all in the context of a larger American strategy to create peace and stability in the Middle East. A key element of that is taking down Qasem Soleimani, who has been such a destabilizing force in the region.
The immediate fallout of Trump's action is Iran saying it will no longer abide by any terms of the 2015 nuclear deal. The flare-up is likely to have a ripple effect.
I think the response will come in different ways and in ways perhaps which are unpredictable at this point. But certainly it raises tensions to a level where most regional powers and other stakeholders in the region, including India, would not have wanted that to happen.
Iraq's Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi and his parliament voted to eject the US military from the country. The brinkmanship is only making nations jittery, with many, including the United Nations, warning that the world cannot afford another war in the Gulf. The effect is already showing, with stock exchanges across the world diving in the negative. With Geeta Mohan in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.